Hey, what's up everybody? Prospector here with Watcher of Realms. Guess who is on the agenda for today? It's Alaura, because they are giving us her exclusive artifact as a shard summon during the event this weekend. So this video is all gonna be all about testing out whether or not this is all worth it or not. Anyways, without further ado, let's dig in. Okay, so historically, Alaura is really underwhelming, I would say. She doesn't do a good job of taking care of gear rate 3, 20, and 21, I would say. She does okay in gear rate 19, but 2021 without power of dominance, the main thing that she's supposed to be doing for you is kind of pushing you past that level and taking care of that right side. And she just doesn't seem to do it that well. The damage just doesn't happen to be there, and if it is there, it requires extravagant gear. But we do have the Falcon's crest coming up, and I do have a level 10 and I have a level 25, and I'm going to go from testing it first with a normal artifact. We'll move on to level 10 and we'll go on to level 25 to see if that really makes a big difference. All right, so I think the baseline that I'm going to choose is going to be going with the Reaper's Emblem. This increases damage by 10%. After killing the target, increases an additional damage of 10%, stacking up to 2 times. This effect lasts for 10 seconds. Because there really isn't anything else you can use. You can use an Edgel's Gaze, I suppose. Dealing crit damage has a 25% chance to ignore 40% of the target's defense and magic resistance. But I think a big part of the issue is going to be how much attack you have and how often this is going to trigger for Alaura, especially if you're early to mid game. If you can get yourself a Reaper's Emblem maxed out, go for it. Otherwise, go for an Edgel's Gaze. That's all I can really say about it. There's not really much else that you can do. A Spirit Siphon is going to increase it by 30%, but that's going to be only the single target. And what we really need to focus on is Scattered Shots. So, Scattered Shots during the ultimate, for each crit hit and landed, it deals 80% damage to 2 targets within 1.5 tiles of the initial target. So you know there's 4 enemies that come out on the top right on gear rate 3, 21, and while you are attacking one of them, it's going to scatter damage to the other ones, and this is part of the reason that Alaura is an issue. Now her exclusive artifact is going to make that a difference. That Scattered Shots can bounce to 1 additional target, and it will deal 40% damage to that. So there's a possibility that that's going to help fix our issue here. Let's start out with Reaper's Emblem. This is going to be pretty straightforward. I am only testing her in gear rate 3 because I think that's where she's supposed to be niche, and she's supposed to be the best at it. All right, so let's just jump in and see how she does. This is going to be the first test with Reaper's Emblem. So let's go. See how she handles it over there. I'm not really worried about everything else. I'm going to try to refrain from using Idril to take all of these heroes out. She kind of likes to do that. So let's see here. Going to go ahead and put down Silas next right away. As soon as we can, we'll get Laurel on the field. And we'll pick her up and activate everybody. We'll activate Idril anyways. I want to make sure I take out that boss and not have to worry about that. Activate Dolores now. I'm not going to place that down. Now I'm going to activate Silas. That should end the tough guy here. I'm gonna go ahead and get Nyx out at that point, and I believe she goes invisible. Yes, I think she stays invisible until she gets to the end of her or until she ults. We don't need to really worry about that too much. And just see how she does for damage. Now we do know already that she can take care of this single unit that comes out. Just kind of hangs out there for a little bit. The issue is, can she take care of the 4 coming out from the top? She might be able to. This, like I said, this is test server and there's pretty good gear on her, so there's a good chance that she can do that. We will find out though. Right, here they come. I'll let it come out a little quicker. About 60, 40k. Let's see what happens when I activate her. You get a damage increase as well from Laurel, so that's something to keep in mind. You can see she's kind of dealing with the other 3. And that one in the back just isn't taking any damage. So you could see how somebody could really struggle if they didn't have optimal gear to be able to handle that. Let's see if she can take care of all 4 at the same time when we put that new artifact on her at stage or level 10 here. He does get a max increase of 30% damage boost, but I do know from personal experience when I had pulled Alaura early on my account, she was not enough. And she was the only issue that I had over there in that right side. Natsu did it, of course, but I guess the point is, with limited gear you're going to have going into gear raid 321 with no power of dominance on, you're probably not going to be gearing her quite this well. So let's get this stay at level 10 Falcon's crest on her, get her out in the field, and see if the level 10 can make a big enough difference that she is going to be able to take care of all 4 of the enemies at the same time. That'd be ideal. If she can do that, then there's a good possibility that an early game account can do that. I will also break the set for one of the runs as well. Alright, so same thing. We start with Idril, Dolores. Yeah, it's fine. Typically, I actually start with Silas and then Dolores, but this doesn't matter. And we need to wait for Silas to get on the field, and then we'll wait for Laurel. Set it up the exact same way. So I'm gonna go ahead and put down Laurel. I am gonna wait. I'm just gonna let Idril do her thing. Just switch over. Activate Dolores. As soon as I'm ready, I'm gonna go ahead and activate Silas right now. We will pick up Laurel. We will get Hollow out on the field just for safety purposes here. Just like that. And here goes the boss. Pick up all these guys because we don't need them anymore. Now we're gonna just go ahead and put down Alaura on the right side and Nyx on the left. You keep in mind that this Alaura is a 0. I mean, I really hope it does help her a lot, because that hero is just not good. If you pull Alaura, it's so exciting, but then you realize just how bad that is. You see she's doing a little more damage to anti-air units. I think she was doing 40 something before, and now it's over 50. Well, that's a plus. Definitely doing more damage here. So we'll put Laurel just like before. And then we will wait until that group comes out. We'll check out to see the scattered shot damage over here. Alright, so wait till they're lined up. Timers go. Go ahead and activate, see if it hits all 4 of them. Seems like it's just hitting the middle guy more. It might actually be worse. What was this? What is going on here? You see how close that is? Like, this is really good gear. I don't know, man. I'm not impressed with this. I was really hoping that it would be a lot better than that. Let's just try this one more time. Actually, I'm going to put the other artifact on her, the level 25. See if you actually had one maxed out, which most of you aren't going to have. And see if that helps any. It seemed like the scattered shot was just hitting that same target again. which is not what we want. That doesn't work for me. I don't think that's a good thing here. Okay, so level 25. Let's put that on there. It's going to increase the anti-air damage by 25%. And scattered shots can bounce 1 additional time on hit. So in her skill kit, it says during the ultimate, for each crit hit landed, deals 80% damage to 2 targets within 1.5 tiles of the initial target. It doesn't actually mention anything bouncing. It just says that 1.5 tiles around that target will take 80% damage. So increasing that target, I was hoping that it would hit that back unit back there. This isn't very promising. Now I know she can do it with really, really good gear, but I was hoping this would be a good early to mid game kind of win, you know what I'm saying? We'll set this up right this time. So Silas, Dolores, that gives Silas the invig buff. That's the only thing that he was missing last time, so it's not really a big deal. Run 2x, go ahead and get out Hydro. Then put down Laurel, pick her up, activate everybody. You wait till she takes that target out. And then just coming up, I'll activate Dolores. And then we'll wait for the boss. Right now, Silas should take care of the rest with Idril. Perfect. Yes, somebody does have to take a hit there. Alright, so let's go ahead, get these guys off the field, get Alaura down. I don't know, I'm not really impressed with that artifact. I thought it was going to do more than that for it. I thought with these 4 units up here, like I said, it's splash damage, kind of like in that area where that scatter shot would do to the 1.5 tiles around, which it must be that unit in the backside must be, it must be 2 tiles away. I can't think of any other reason why this would be an issue. Okay, so now our damage is up to 62k per hit. Well, maxed out artifact, which isn't really helping anybody either, because then you can't really get yourself mythic artifact essences that easily. So I don't know. Let's see. Maybe it has to do with who she targets first. I don't know, it's hard to say. With a hero like Alaura, with the gear that she's in, now with a maxed out mythic, those guys should be gone by the time that they start to move forward. For sure, they should be all gone. That's what should happen here. Okay, so we're targeting the unit in the left here. Now we're in the middle one. Go ahead and hit it. We start a little earlier this time. See, okay, so they're hitting the side targets, hitting the middle targets. You can see them bouncing back and forth. It's just bouncing back to the same guy. That's, I don't know. That's level 25. There's plenty of heroes that can just go out there and wreck this still. Is it going to help her? Yeah, I guess. But is it going to make that big of a difference for early game to mid game players? Probably not. You're probably going to still struggle with gear quite a bit. You have to keep in mind, like I said, she's in a Soul Arcana set and she's out in the field for a little bit. With a 10 to 20% boost. Maybe you can get away with Night Terror, do a little extra damage, I'm not sure. But not very exciting, as far as I can tell. Let's just take a quick look at the gear, because I didn't do a good job showcasing that. She is right around 16k attack, and I remember she's prioritizing attack. And she has 304 crit damage, 1.2 second attack interval. And it's a very nice Soul Arcana set on the right side. I tried to be a little bit weaker on the left side, but I just don't hold on to that kind of gear on the test server. But I did try to keep it a little bit more limited. If I were to limit it even more, I would just maybe go with attack speed here and drop the crit damage, just for a showcase. But anyways, Falcon's crest, I'll take it. And that is it for today's video. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe. Remember to join Discord if you have any questions. You need takeovers, hero guides, stage guides, price guides, you know, anything in a good community that's going on in there. We're around 600 members right now. But anyways, thanks for tuning in. Until next time, keep digging.